Hey Recovery Girls, Misty here. We just passed Christmas and we're headed toward New Year. Now it happens very quick turnaround this 1 week in between the Christmas holiday and New Year's. I hope you had a great celebration of the birth of Christ and your higher power. I prayed that you would see him in a new way this year. And now I'm looking forward to what's ahead in 2017. So a lot of us talk about resolutions in recovery circles. Sometimes we just more sort of avoid the word resolution because we know we've had strong resolve in the past to accomplish certain things or avoid certain things, addictive behaviors or whatever. And a lot of times when we make a resolve, we're setting ourselves up to use our own strength and to fail. So some people apparently have success with resolutions, but I am not one of those people. And I know a lot of folks in recovery have had disappointment at the hope of being able to accomplish something or avoid something and not being able to on our own strength. This is the whole reason we need our higher power. So my resolutions have to do a lot with willingness to turn to my higher power in the new year. So what I am practicing and meditating on now as we prepare for New Year's Eve and New Year's Day and the coming of a fresh, clean slate that we get at this time of year is that I'm practicing willingness. Willing to be made willing, we always say. Sometimes we have to step back a few levels in order to just begin that process of doing what it takes to invite change. One of the areas I'm working on becoming willing in is to practice the letting go of a resentment that I hold toward another person. So there are maybe 3 people in my life that I still struggle with really walking in that freedom from resentments. I may have forgiven them for the things that have been done that were hurtful to me, or the things that continue to be done that are hurtful to me from these people. But I felt actually sort of what I would call a conviction to pray for someone that I've held a resentment against for several years now. So I've been practicing this for the past few weeks on a daily basis, asking God to bless this person, to provide for her spiritually, mentally, physically, financially, to pour into her, to reveal himself to her in new ways and to help her to live into the fullest expression of her life. And for me in this relationship, my prayer has been that God would you make me willing to be made willing to let go of some of my resentment toward her today. And God, the next day, would you take away even more of my resentment? And could I offer that to you, God, and trust you with it? Because ultimately, my resentment isn't hurting the other person, and I don't want it to hurt the other person. It just somehow is something that feels just like something I want to hold on to. And I think it may have to do with me being right or, justice. I want justice. But there are so many times where if justice had been given for what I deserve, oh my, I'd be in trouble. I've been given a lot of mercy is what I'm trying to say. And why wouldn't I want that for someone else? I do. I want mercy for other people. What I don't want to do is enable evil. I don't want to participate in enabling someone to just keep with their corruption and to continue to abuse me and use me or hurt me. So there are a lot of elements to what's happening. So in order for me to be healthy and safe, I need to have good boundaries. And once I have separated myself from the danger of this person, I can begin the work of forgiveness, and I can begin the work of letting go of the resentment that I hold. Because things aren't changing. They're still not changing. It's an ongoing pain that I experience from this person. So the resentment doesn't create any good outcome, really. It just keeps me hyper vigilant. So I'm practicing on praying for the other person, that God will fill that other person, and that God will continue to heal me in my heart, that I can trust in His sovereignty to cover the situation, that He's going to make it right in time. And I can't see it right now, and it feels very unjust and unfair and hurtful. But I want to practice trusting that God's got me, He's got her, and it's going to be okay. In the end, it's going to be okay. And just to be able to live in the not okayness of it right now. So I hope that might be helpful to you, but I challenge you to think about what you're going to work on in this new year. What is an area that you could practice and growing in? What is your higher power saying to you or revealing to you as an area where you might invite Him in to help you to see things in a new way, to make progress in your situation? And what's going to move you toward health and wholeness in this new year? I challenge you to look at that. I bless you today from God. I just pray His goodness into your life. And I pray the knowledge of God's will for you in your practice in recovery and the power to carry that out. Stay the course in recovery. I'll be on it too. Happy New Year.